Welcome back to Vintage A to Z. In today's episode, C is for cachet. If you needed a dress for a date, a wedding, or a night out in the 90s or the early 2000s, you would probably go to Cachet. Cachet was founded in 1975 by Marilyn Rubinson, with the first boutique opening in Brooklyn, New York. The brand was known for top quality going out clothes and dressy special occasion fashion. That means silk, velvet, beading, sequins, animal print, plunging necklines, and bodycon silhouettes. They were famous for being one of the first brands to bring European glam fashion inspired by Versace and Armani to US malls. By the late 80s, they were making the beaded and figure-hugging dresses that you girlies today would die for. Cachet opened mall locations across the country throughout the 80s, and by the early 90s, they were one of the top destinations in the US for special occasion fashion. Cachet's business model was about exclusivity through limited runs. They would often send only a few of each size to each boutique to create that limited edition feel. During this period, dresses ranged from about $80 to $200, positioning them as aspirational but attainable. The dresses felt like an investment piece that was still accessible enough that you could save up for it. In the late 90s, Cachet actually acquired Lily Rubin, which was another iconic formal wear brand, and this acquisition really solidified Cachet's dominance in the prom and pageant formal wear market. You can spot Cachet on some real fashion icons too. Fran Drescher was known to wear Cachet on The Nanny. Carrie Bradshaw had a very famous Cachet moment in the Sex and the City movie, and Zendaya actually wore that same Cachet dress at the 2026 Essence Black Women in Hollywood Awards just this year. Also recently, Sabrina Carpenter wore a yellow silk Cachet dress inspired by the Carolina Herrera dress from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Unfortunately, Cachet declared bankruptcy and ended up closing all 200 some of their locations in 2015. In the late 2000s, Cachet tried to expand into casual wear, but this really just ended up diluting their special occasion brand and confusing customers. It didn't help that online shopping was changing everything, and fast fashion brands were making dupes for a third of the price. But the Cachet legacy lives on. The silk and beaded pieces from their 90s gold label collections are particularly prized, and they're some of my favorite pieces to find secondhand. What brand should we dive into for the letter D?